Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, everyone. My name is Adam from Universitas Balikpapan. Thank you for having me in 2021 Literary Studies Conference. I'm sharing my paper, examining metaphor in literary text with Clic, Dickens, Concordance tools. The structures of my talks will be introduction, consists of background, aims, literary review, and then continue with method, findings with concordance process using the tools, and close with conclusion and recommendation. So the background of this study is that the use of literary work as an authentic source of language can contribute to students' understanding of the use of language in context, and also vice versa, how the literary works can be used as a source for a further linguistics study, where the second background is the current trend of students who are very familiar with the computerized approach in all types of study, including the study of literary works with computer-assisted tool, combined with studying its language aspects will be more interesting. The aim of this paper is to demonstrate the use of literary work corpus in studying language aspects and focus on metaphor and metonymy identification and examination. So the analysis in this paper will use the body organs hand, head, face, and eye to demonstrate using the tools in identifying metaphor and metonymy. The literary theoretical background that used in this study. The first one is the conceptual and cognitive approach of metaphor and metonymy. And then the Clic Dickens concordance tool will be used in this study. The conceptual metaphor theory of metaphor by Lakoff and Janssen basically states that metaphor is experiential-based mapping between concrete source domain and abstract source domain. So it's about thinking about one thing as if it is another thing. But mostly we will see that most of the finding will be evolved around metonymy. And Lakoff and Janssen also provides a framework for that. One of the models that fit this study is part for whole. For instance, we need a strong hand for this job. Hand is actually not literal hand, but refers to a person who is giving a help. A corpus itself is the database of the real language use. So corpus linguistic, basically the study of language based on examples of real life language use. And there are few benefit of using corpus in metaphor studies as highlighted by Sardinha. The first one, we can identify the pattern of linguistic metaphor revealed by corpus analysis. We can also see metaphor probabilities, dimensions of metaphor variation, and automatic metaphor retrieval. Clic Dickens concordance tools itself developed by University staff from University of Nottingham in 2013, and it's now become a collaborative project with the University of Birmingham. The methodology in this study consists of three stages. The first one, the concordance search of the keywords in Clic Dickens tools. The second one is quantitative summary of the finding, and the third one is descriptive qualitative explanation of metaphors and metonymy identified. The concordance process is done with Clic Dickens tools that can be accessed free on clic.beham.ac.uk, and we can see on the right of the page all of the features. In this study I will use concordance features. So once we go into the website, we can click concordance features, and then we can choose any literary works that already built in this tools. So most of them is actually Charles Dickens, but many also other authors is available in this website. So in this study, I use Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen novel, and we can see here that I type the keywords hand in search term column, search for terms column. So we can see hand is all collected in the center, and it is highlighted, and we can see the frequency. We can see the frequency here. For instance, hands, 7 of 7 entries. And I will do that again for the head, for example. We can see 32 entries, and we'll do that again for face and eyes. So this is the frequency of appearance of all the 8 keywords that I put. The reason I tried twice because so I can capture both singular and the plural. So we have hand, hands, head, heads, face, faces, eye, and eyes. And the highest one frequency is eyes. So after that, I will manually identify which one is metaphorical or metonymic and which one is not. For example, hand in this highlighted appearance, I highlighted this. Hand is metonym of person that giving help. And here also the example on how head is the metonym of mind and brain. And this one is face is actually refers to the person, not literal face, but for example, Elizabeth walked in quest of the only face whose features would be known to her. Face refers to a particular person. And then this is also eyes. Here is metaphorical for the verb look, to look. Critical eye has a very satirical eye. It's like perception or the way how people think about something. And metonymic use also for person can be found. Next, conclusion, the metaphorical and metonymic use is found in all body origins sorts in concordance using the tools, specifically on using Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. And another conclusion is the metonymic use is more frequent than metaphoric use, except for I, that has more metaphorical use. These studies actually haven't been completed 100% because I need to carefully go back to validate each of the finding for more reliable results of identifying metaphoric and metonymic use of each keywords. But I have demonstrated and be able to show on how the Clic concordance Clic-Beham concordance tools can be used in all of types of the study of literary works. So it can be developed not only for metaphorical study, but can also apply to other linguistics aspect in literary text. For instance, historical linguistic, if we compare the literary works from particular periods to see how a specific syntactical or morphological process change. And we can also see the sociolinguistics aspect and stylistic aspect, etc. But this is, we are talking about additional tool that can help us to work and to retrieve automatic data that we need. So these are the main references that appear on this presentation. Thank you very much. And again, thank you for having me in this 2021 literary conference. Thank you.